I arrived at Warwick, just like any other ambitious postgrad. I was eager, I was curious, and if I'm completely honest, I was perhaps a little daunted by the sheer scale of the world ahead. Well, let me soak it in for a second, because only about 13 years ago, I was here as well. So it's a humbling moment. Distinguished guests, faculty, chancellor, fellow alumni, my beautiful wife, who I think is here somewhere controlling my little daughter, my son, who's 5 years old, and all of you here today, parents, families, etc. It's an absolute honor and a deeply humbling experience to stand before you today. When I look back at the trajectory of my life, a journey that has taken me into the corridors of public life and the corridors of power in Westminster, across international business landscapes and into the unpredictable, exhilarating world of entrepreneurship, I can trace the coordinates of that global journey back to one single transformative origin point: my time as a postgrad student right here in Warwick. Before receiving the British Empire Medal from Her Majesty the Queen, before the Fellowship of the Royal Society of Arts, and long before the title of Professor was attached to my name, I arrived at Warwick, just like any other ambitious postgrad. I was eager, I was curious, and if I'm completely honest, I was perhaps a little daunted by the sheer scale of the world ahead. Postgraduate study is a unique phase in a person's life. You're no longer just absorbing knowledge, you're being asked to challenge it. You're transitioning from being a student of a discipline to becoming a practitioner, an architect of ideas. And it was within these rigorous, intellectually electrifying environment that the foundations of my entire career was poured. Warwick has a unique tradition. It doesn't just teach you how to analyze the world as it currently is. It fundamentally challenges you to reimagine what the world could be. For me, Warwick was a microcosm of the globe. In the lecture theatres, the seminar rooms, and the late-night coffee-fueled study sessions, the education I received wasn't confined to a syllabus. I wasn't just learning from text. I was learning from people. I found myself debating, collaborating, and problem-solving with some of the brightest minds from every continent. On any given day, a single conversation could bridge perspectives from London to New Delhi, from Lagos to New York. It was here that my perspective shifted from regional to truly global. And I say global with tongue-in-cheek. In a world with Donald Trump at the moment, it's very important that globalization continues and long may it reign. Warwick broke down the borders of my imagination. It showed me that the world wasn't a vast, disconnected place to be navigated with caution, but a deeply interconnected canvas waiting to be shaped. It taught me that real leadership requires the abilities to listen across cultures, to find common ground amidst diversity, and to speak to shared human values. And this isn't actually in my speech, but when I see the stage today, Chancellor and all of you professors, you've done an incredible job with the diversity of the university. It's incredible. And I think, for me, coming back after 12, 13 years, this is so heartening to see. And I hope all other institutions in the United Kingdom can follow suit, because it's absolutely incredible. So I think we should have a hand round of applause for all of this and the diversity. It's incredible. That global foundation became the bedrock of everything that followed. The analytical rigor, the intellectual resilience, and the cross-cultural empathy I developed here became my greatest assets. When you are pushed at a postgraduate level to defend your ideas against global critiques, you develop a certain professional fearlessness. And I needed that fearlessness. It gave me the confidence to step into public life, to advocate for social cohesion, and to navigate the complexities of policy and governance. It gave me the strategic foresight required to build businesses from the ground up, to calculate risks as an entrepreneur, and to understand that failure is never an end point, but simply a data point on the road to success. Every venture I have launched, every public service initiative I have championed, and every lecture I deliver to my own students, because I do have a couple still, today carries a piece of the Warwick DNA. The university taught me to look at a complex crisis not as a barrier, but as an entrepreneurial opportunity to innovate and serve. And you do have a new graduate, probably in 20 years' time. She's here, raring to go already. To the graduates here today, I want to say this. Do not underestimate the value of the network sitting next to you right now. And again, I'm going to deviate from my speech a little bit. But actually, your network is your net worth. If there's anything that I've learned in my life, is actually the people that you may call your friends today or your acquaintances, they become your network, and they are the future leaders of the world. You have no idea who you're sitting next to right now. So please keep good friendships with everyone you meet, because they could come in handy for you. And I've experienced this firsthand. Some of the greatest business deals I may have done personally have been on sitting on planes and meeting the person next to me. Some of the greatest people I've ever met were just in random restaurants that I've met people and I've just sat down and started speaking to them, and they've become business associates. So don't underestimate the people that you're sitting next to today, because they are your network, and your network is truly your net worth. The people you are studying with are the future leaders, the innovators and change makers of the world. Treat every interaction as an investment into your global future. Above all, today is a moment for celebration. My heartfelt congratulations to every one of you. This achievement is the culmination of years of hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and belief in yourselves, even during the moments when the finish line may have seemed distant. You should take enormous pride in what you have accomplished. As you cross this stage and join the ranks of the Warwick alumni, take a moment to reflect on just how far you have come, and to celebrate with those who have supported you along the way. This is a day you will remember for the rest of your lives, and it is richly deserved. Well done, and congratulations again. As I look out at this beautiful campus, which has changed, a lot more investment, which is great news, I'm reminded that institutions are not just built of brick and mortar. They are built of ideas, legacy, and human potential. To the University of Warwick, to the dedicated faculty, and to the enduring community here, thank you for giving a young scholar the wings to fly. You didn't just offer me a world-class higher education. You handed me the keys to the world itself. Thank you all. Thank you.